Now, the death of Hezbollah chief Nasrallah could trigger a new phase in the already ravaging war, potentially spilling over into neighboring regions in the Middle East. Israel noted that Nasrallah's elimination will have profound effects, saying that it could change the face of Middle East. They confirmed that a strike in Beirut on the 27th of September killed Nasrallah, which was meticulously planned in advance, vowing to wipe out Hezbollah. The Israel Defense Forces have clarified that their war is against Hezbollah, not the people of Lebanon, which means that the war is not yet over. In response, Hezbollah, we'll have to see what their response is going to be like in this particular situation. I'm going across to my colleague Ashraf Wani, who is joining me live from Lebanon right now. Ashraf, there is a response that is expected from Hezbollah. The situation has clearly escalated. Israel said that they're going to be continuing with their attacks with full force. What is it that are possible options as far as Hezbollah are concerned?
First of all, for our viewers, India Today is only the channel in the world who has reached the Syrian border, which has become the hotspot in this conflict during last few days, particularly after the Friday's strikes by Israel on Hezbollah headquarters in south of Beirut. I am currently on the border of Lebanon, Syria, here in the Bekaa Valley. Bekaa Valley is behind me. This area you can see, this is the Bekaa Valley, and thousands of people are crossing this border and taking shelter in the Syria. And this border is very poor border. You can see in the pictures behind me. Actually, there is not any kind of a control which is on this border. Anyone can easily come from Lebanon and penetrate into the Syria or Iraq, and from those countries also people, including the Hezbollah fighters, can easily cross this border. After the Friday's attacks on the South Beirut, in which Hezbollah headquarters were targeted and damaged, most of the families living in the South Beirut have chosen this road to head towards the Syria. Just behind me, all this checkpoint, the area of Syria starts, and I am currently in the territory of Lebanon. But during last 3 days, more than thousands of people have already, with families, crossed this border. And even this time you can see how the families are coming up just on the right side of me. They are heading towards the Syria with their kids, with their children, and with everyone, whatever they can find, so that they could find some safe place. Bekaa Valley, which is behind me, is the stronghold of Hezbollah. This has been targeted since October last year by the Israel, and during the last 10 days, it is not a single day when there is not any specific Israeli strike being carried out in the Bekaa Valley. This is the Bekaa Valley behind me, all these mountains, and there are houses, there are habitats, there are towns. And just 5 minutes back, there was a strike on the Bekaa Valley's Wondrous shelter, not far from this place, only must be some 4 or 5 kilometers. With the big bang, house was targeted, and we are not sure that what kind of damage has happened in that attack. But one thing is clear, that this border, which connects Lebanon with the Syria, behind me these mountains, this is the part of Syria. This is now the pipeline and the flow for the displaced people of Lebanon towards the Syria. And probably it is believed that Hezbollah fighters and commanders have also taken this route after the Friday strikes to be in the Syria for some time.
Right. Also, Ashraf, as you pointed out, since you happen to be the only journalist over there at the Syrian border of Lebanon, close to the Bekaa Valley, is the Bekaa Valley region also getting targeted now? Is that what you were suggesting?
Yes, absolutely. Not only it is being targeted, just 5 minutes back, there was an installation which was targeted by the Air Force of Israel. The house has got completely damaged. I all the way from Beirut covered some 200 kilometers to reach there. On the way, the road which connects the Beirut with the Damascus has been targeted at many places. I saw a bridge which was also targeted by the Israeli forces. I could not take the pictures there due to the security there. but that bridge has got lot of damage, a big hole in the bridge, and many cars had come in that attacks impact. Basically, this road has become a irritation for the Israel and IDF. This is the way where Israel also understands that Hezbollah fighters can use this route to hide in Syria and Iraq. To prevent that, they tried many times, not only once but thrice, to target this highway so that this could not be the motorable for the movement of people from Lebanon to Syria. But so far, they have not succeeded in making this highway defungable. And I want to show for our visuals that what kind of scenario and view here on this border is. This is the road which heads towards the Damascus, Syria. There are only few policemen and army personnel here. On my right side, they are just checking the identity cards because you did not need any kind of visa here to cross from one country to another country, other than the nationals from different countries. But for the Syrians and Lebanese, this is very open border. They can come, show their identity card, national identity card, and move from that side to this side, and from this side to that side. And also just few meters away on that, the big white that gateway, that is the Syrian point, where Syrian officials, few of them, are just checking the identity cards of the people. Some of them have not even the identity cards, but I'm since morning seeing on the way also here, just people heading towards here to register their names in this, you can say, immigration center, where they are writing their name and giving their information, and then proceeding towards the Syrian area. Bekaa Valley has been always on the radar of, because it has not a direct border with the Israel as in the South Lebanon. So this is a safe place for the Hezbollah, and Israeli defense forces are aware of it, that the Hezbollah is hiding here. But among the population of here about 5 lakh which live in the Bekaa Valley, and houses are spread all over these mountains, which you can see behind me. And so to trace the exact Hezbollah locations in these mountains is not even possible for the IDF.
Right. So, Ashraf, as far as the refugees are concerned, we see people continuing to cross from across Lebanon over to Syria. As far as safety measures back in Lebanon are concerned, are there any spots being identified where people are being taken to?
Actually, there is a kind of a mess in the governance in the Lebanon. There is not any kind of a proper control by the government. There is a caretaking government already. The country is in the crisis for last many years, particularly after the economic blowdown, when the country's every asset and the banks got completely it could not be paid to the people. So the economic condition of the country is very poor. That result is no wages to the government employees, no salaries to the soldiers.
Okay, we seem to have lost the line with Ashraf, who joined us from the Bekaa Valley. He happened to be the only journalist over there. He showed us visuals of what exactly is it that's happening on the Syrian-Lebanon border. Pretty much a free access. All you need to show is your identity card, and people are being allowed to get across to Syria. However, the situation remains tense, and people, we saw them streaming into Syria after having shown their identity cards. In fact, areas close to the border also, as you were saying just about a couple of hours back, were also targeted.